And breaking as we come on the air, Israel and Hezbollah terrorists exchanging fire. The IDF is hitting terror targets in southern Lebanon while intercepting hundreds of rockets being shot into northern Israel. Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching the National News Desk, America's News Now. I'm Angela Brown in for Jan Jeffcoat. It's Monday, September 23rd, and we start with that breaking news out of the Middle East. Israeli Defense Forces are warning Lebanese civilians living near Hezbollah terrorists to leave immediately. Over the weekend, Israel hit southern Lebanon hard. As those strikes are still happening right now, President Biden was asked about rising tensions.
Mr. President, are you worried about rising tensions in the Middle East?
Yes, I am, but we're going to do everything we can to keep a wider war from breaking out. And we're still pushing hard.
The president, not the only one worried. Congress is on alert as well. Christine Frizzell is in D.C. with the latest in just a moment. But first, we're going to head over to Mark Boyle following some breaking developments right now in the Middle East. What can you tell us?
Angela, 8:02 right now here on the East Coast. And just before we started this hour of news, we did get some new information coming across the wires. Just in about 90 seconds ago, Israeli military confirming it will expand airstrikes to more parts of Lebanon. The video that you're looking at right now is out of southern Lebanon. Right now, IDF forces are conducting extensive strikes on Hezbollah targets. Authorities are also saying at least 100 people were killed and hundreds other wounded in this most recent strikes and attacks. These strikes, the latest in back and forth attacks in the region. Sunday, Hezbollah launched more than 100 rockets into civilian air zones or zones there in northern Israel. The IDF releasing these new videos that you're seeing right here. Some of those rockets launching as far into Israel that they have in about 2 decades. So certainly some changes on that front. More new video released from the IDF of the air defense system there, which took out the majority of those rockets. Hezbollah says for the first time it used dozens of new types of rockets. Iranian-backed terrorists in Iraq also claiming partial responsibility for that attack. On Friday, Israeli airstrikes killed dozens in Beirut, including a top Hezbollah commander. You're looking at some of the video from that funeral service on Sunday. Hezbollah was still reeling from last week's attack on those pagers and the walkie-talkies. Now, the terror group says it is in a, quote, open-ended battle of reckoning as escalating exchanges threaten to turn into an all-out war. Israel's prime minister pledging this on Sunday, quote, take whatever action is necessary to restore security and to bring our people back to their homes. In Washington, D.C., leaders are still pushing to end the fighting.
Well, look, the prime minister can speak for himself and what policies he's trying to pursue, what operations he's trying to conduct. We're all, of course, recognize that the tensions are much higher now than they were even just a few days ago. We certainly have been monitoring the reports of strikes back and forth across that border. But all that does, George, is underscore for us how important it is to try to find a diplomatic solution. Nobody's Pollyannish about how hard that's going to be, certainly in light of the events over the last week or so. But that doesn't mean we're going to give up on it. We don't believe that a military conflict, and we're saying this directly to our Israeli counterparts, George, we don't believe that escalating this military conflict is in their best interest. It's certainly not going to be in the best interest of all those people that Prime Minister Netanyahu says he wants to be able to send back home.
Sunday, President Biden did say he's doing everything he can to keep a wider war from breaking out in the Middle East. But as for that breaking news at the top of the hour here, those new attacks and strikes that are happening right now, just looked at the wires, nothing additional. So in terms of the numbers or the large scale attack or deaths or injuries, we'll keep you updated on that front as we go through this.